100 preset Xfinity race at Texas Motor Speedway. In the booth with me tonight, I have Robbie Racing, and of course, I am K-Taddy. Welcome, Robbie.
Yeah, welcome to you as well. It's been a while, actually, since we've been in the booth together, and all I gotta say is, yeehaw! Go to Texas, baby, in Xfinity. And I can't wait. It's gonna be some good racing. Presets, always good racing. Customs could be a little bit sketchy. Hopefully these guys have got the cars dialed in properly and got the cars ready for turn 2 and for turn 4.
Yeah, this could definitely be a tricky race. We've seen it last night with the Cup Series. The presets tend to handle it a little bit better than the customs do, and simply because the custom cars are trying to get as much more power as they possibly can. It gives you a little bit more wheel spin on the exit of 4, causing people to get loose, and the presets don't tend to have that same issue at the beginning of the run, more towards the end of the run. So this will be a pretty good race, this first one especially, and I'm really excited to see how this one goes down.
Yeah, with the presets, so, you know, when you're riding that higher line coming around turns 1 and 2, yeah, you're going to be pushing up the track, and that's definitely going to be something that we're going to be seeing here tonight, and that's people getting into the wall coming out of turn 2, sorry. So hopefully they've definitely got the cars dialed in and practiced, and hopefully all the drivers are ready for their race tonight.
Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty good one. On the pole tonight, we have Hunty Wild for the Mopower Motorsports, Mr. Energy himself. I didn't see the whole rest of the lineup, but I do know that he's the one starting on the pole in that 54 Twix machine. You're seeing it right here on your monitors, whatever you're watching the race with. And thank you to the viewers tuned in. Eight people already tuned in before we even get going. We got five comments. Edtho out there, Ma Bear, Pa Bear. Thank you guys for tuning in. That says a lot when you get eight people watching before you even go green on the race.
Yeah, well, you know, with the broadcast, we're always putting on a great show. We try to do our best in the booth as well, try and reach out to those in the comments section. And as always, thanks to Moore and Paul Bear for doing what you do in the developmental series. It really is appreciated, and we can't thank you enough.
We're going to blue screen here, so they can't hear Robbie right now. All you can hear is my gorgeous voice. That's unfortunate for you guys. Now that we are no longer blue screen, they can hear what you're saying, Robbie. So, all right, here you go. Here's the field you're seeing pushed to the brink. He's running up front in points. Del Gatro always quick. All these guys up through here. Right, yeah, so back to the race. We got Hunty Wild and one of them boys on the outside with young boy Terrell. He's always a front runner here as well. We got one-handed Nub and Frank Pollock out there. What's your issue?
It's froze.
Your game?
Yeah, so I'm just going to accept the other invite I got. Been having some internet issues.
Bob out there said, let's go Shin and KMS. Taddy, I hope you feel better than your voice sounds. I'm actually drinking a coffee right now, Pa, so thank you for that. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that my voice sounded so bad. And we're under green here at Texas Motor Speedway. Hunty Wild in the 54 gets to an early lead as they go into 1 and 2. Looks like they're already singling out here pretty good. Top 3, 4 drivers. The 07, not sure who that is. He got really loose. I think that's Buff Chonka.
Yeah, that's Chonka.
He's in 4th. That might have been a lag issue by the looks, because he doesn't actually seem to be as loose as I'd originally thought. Pretty good side-by-side racing. Off 4 for the first time through. I didn't see anybody spin out and wreck. See a little bit of people in the grass. Entering 1, looks like there's a few cars in the wall. 07 on the apron there. Nope, that's definitely a lag coming out of the 07 car. Robbie, if maybe you could mention that in one of the chats if the 07 is lagging. Oh, your phone's almost dead. I'll do it.
Okay, so I'm now in the lobby. Yeah, the 07 is definitely lagging a fair bit. Hopefully that settles down with him being one of my drivers. In 2nd place, we got WRX Mike. Hunty Wild, he's taken the pole still. Tell you what, it's quite a few new names in here.
Yeah, I'm going through the field and I'm like, these guys weren't here the last time I broadcasted. But yeah, Hunty Wilds in that number 54 machine, he's holding up front pretty good so far. It's still early going in the race.
Just had an incident on the track, and it seems the 21, the Delgado, got a little bit loose coming out of turn 4 and collected the wall. But he's got a fair bit of damage on that car, especially on the left front.
Which car?
21, Delgado.
Oh, gotcha. Try to get onto that 21 with you guys so you can see the damage. Oh, I see it, yeah, right there in the left front. He's considerably farther back from the rest of the field. Let's try to get you some. There's some nose damage. You're seeing it there. That's unfortunate. Looks like the whole front end, the right front's pretty caved in as well. The
So
68.
we raced here last night, so what are you expecting to see in this preset race here?
You know, it's a really tricky question. As far as the preset race, I'm not really 100% certain what I expect, because as we know, you and I did race here last night, but we ran in the custom, so I have not put a lot of laps here in a slider setup. Try to help the boys out a little bit on what I think would be a more comfortable, stable setup. But I really don't know, especially in the long run. You know, I might have done a few short runs with them, but I don't know on the long run what I'm expecting. But I do know that the slider setups get a little looser as the longer the run goes, whereas the customs, I was having the issue that I was getting tighter the longer the run went. So we're not seeing the wrecking off 4 right now, but expect to see that here about, 5-6 laps from now. Who picked a slider that was too loose and who picked one that's a little too tight.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a case, when you come into that turn 4, you sort of get bottlenecked, and it's a little bit tricky, and you definitely got to have your wits about you, and you definitely got to be aware, because you could be like 2-3 wide coming out of that turn.
Yeah, I think that, and I mentioned it last night during the preset race in the Cup, that something I really respected is I've seen a lot of people giving, if a car was underneath them, they gave them a lot of room on exit of 4 where the guy on the outside would drift up higher to the wall. We didn't see that in the customs as people were pinching them a lot more, and I think that caused a lot more of the issues. As we all know, anybody that's played this game, coming off 4, you have to let the car drift up or the rear end's going to try to kick out on you, and I really think that was a lot of the issues in the custom series last night. But these guys are doing a great job so far. Again, we mentioned the issues that the 21 of Delgado are having. It looks like there's 2 more cars back here. The 4, Young Boy Terrell, he's lost the draft. There's a couple other guys pushed to the brink back there. He looks like he's losing the draft as he's running around the 68 of Asterix, and I believe that to be the 08 of Dimebags.
Yeah, a couple of teammates there working together. Hopefully they stick together throughout this run and gain some positions here.
Yeah, I think I like what they're doing here. It's pretty single filed out. You got a little bit of battling up here at the front for second, as we got 61, the 7, and the 07 all racing pretty good. The 6 of T-Bird, he's side by side with, I can't tell what car that is on the inside of him. So there's a little bit of side by side action, but for the most part, they've fallen into single file. I like it. Just wait until either the green flag pit stop, end of the stage, before you get too dicey. There's no reason to push the issue, get damaged now, and take yourself out of contention. Ooh, Hunty gets loose at the front.
Yeah, I see that as well. That high side is absolutely horrible here. I mean, I got stuck on the outside line quite a few times last night. And when you just run in the bottom, they just fly past you. You can lose so many spots. I think I was second or third last night, and I got caught up and ended up on the outside line. And I must have lost about 10 spots. And it's easily done. You can lose 10 spots in one lap.
It's funny you say that, actually, because I feel the exact opposite. I enjoy being on the outside. You're right, the speed is definitely on the bottom, but it's like a Daytona Super Speedway based style. If you're on the bottom and all the other cars are on the bottom and you're the one guy on the outside, you're in trouble. But if you can get 2 or 3 cars lined up on the outside that are all about the same pace, you can actually make up a lot of ground, especially on the straightaways here. We mentioned how you get so loose on exit if you're on the bottom 4. That causes people to lift extra. Ooh, as the 7 gets into the wall.
Here we go.
But yeah, so you have to lift a lot more if there's a car on the outside of you, and because of that, if you can get 3 or 4 people on the top side, you can carry the momentum off the corner and carry it throughout the straightaway, and sometimes make that pass up there. So I actually enjoy the outside.
I did see that earlier, actually. We was riding around in the customs, racing with the other guys in our team. getting them ready for tonight's race. And I noticed that you could hold that outside line pretty well, especially around turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, and it's difficult to do because you also have to kind of pinch the guy down a little bit. But you know, the car on the inside, you have to pinch him down a little bit on entrance and through the middle of the corner, but on exit you can kind of drift up to get that full run. Is the 07, and I believe that to be, I'm not sure who that was in fourth. They make contact, bottles up the whole rest of the field as the 61 and the 54 now, the two Toyotas out front, as they got a pretty good lead over the rest of the pack now.
Yeah, it's definitely stuck these guys up a bit. We're looking at 2x2x2 here, and it's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen within the next couple of laps.
Pro 75 out there, thank you for that information. They do not have to pit in the first 2 stages unless the caution comes out. Ty Hazard, I believe he's the one in the 61 actually, so good run for him. And this back here is absolutely horrid if you're one of the drivers. There's like 10 cars under a blanket. Nobody wants to be there.
No.
Especially that one that's in the wall.
Yeah, he did not like that very much. He's probably thinking to himself, I hate it here.
Oh yeah. And the 54 and the 61 up front are thinking, man, we need just a little bit more power so we can get farther away from the rest of this field. Captain Jack back here, he's considerably further back than I would expect to see him. He's usually one of our front runners, but he's usually one of our front runners at the end of the race. So he gets a little under the 6 there, a little contact's made. He drifts up, puts the 6 in the wall. I think we're going to see that a lot tonight too. I don't think that he's trying to put him in the wall. I think that he was simply trying to make sure that he himself had plenty enough room to come up. And unfortunately, he came up too high to stop himself from spinning out. But up front here... Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Up front here, the 54 of Hunty is definitely putting on a show. The 61 was right there with him, and he seems to be falling off a little bit too. Looks like he's going to lose his draft here shortly. So the one car that seems to have figured this track out at this point, early in stage 1, is the 54 of Hunty.
I don't even know where to look, mate. I mean, I just keep flicking through all these cars because it's just action all over the place.
Even though we're at Texas, you sounded like a Yankee right there, as you forgot to put the letter R in the word car.
It's been around you guys so long. How long has it been now?
Oh, the 08 and the 9. Heavy contact. The 9 goes in the wall. 98 through the grass, as well as the 07. The 9 car of CTX WR Mikes. Sorry, that is not a 9. That is a 7. I'm being a dummy. But yeah, that's heavy contact with that outside retaining wall there, as he's now going to be way off pace. Luckily for young boy Terrell, well, on mine he just smashed the wall. It kind of like stopped him dead, but he's back to going. As we're seeing spread out now, the issue is contact like that, you're probably not going to get a caution anymore with how the field's so far spread out.
Also, if you did get caught up in that and you got nose end damage, you're definitely going to lose pace here within the next few laps.
Night King out there, thanks for tuning in. Ma Bear said that she can't hear Robbie very well. Is anybody out there having that same issue? Just trying to ask, maybe it's his mic that you guys can't hear?
I've just moved my mic a bit closer now, so it should be better.
Alright, we can now hear him again. Awesome. You know, stage 1, Xfinity racing, Taddy in the booth. I really, really enjoy doing something when we're broadcasting up here, and I think it's time for one of those giggity rev it up. What do you think?
I reckon that's a really good idea. It's been a while.
Oh, that's so fun to do.
I'll bet.
And if you don't like that sound, then go ahead.
I've been watching a lot of these guys, and we're definitely at that point now where you can see who's on a looser slider and who picked a tighter one. As we just see the 08 of Dimebags get a little bit loose and just cut the nose off of somebody there. Good job, buddy.
That was the last lap of the stage, so I could see the blocking there. The 54 of Hunty Wild wins the stage, but while we were doing that rev it up, I'd seen the 61 car. He fell way back. I'm not sure what happened there, but it looks like he's going to finish like 7th or 8th.
So here we go, it's the end of the stage now. They're going to get their adjustments in, and I think we're going to have a few changes of who's going to be riding at the front now. What about you?
I wasn't listening.
Yeah.
What did you say?
All right. Just say yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
There we go. Oh, you sound like crap.
Well, thank you for that. Up front here we have the 54 of Hunty Wild. I believe that to be the 08 of Dimebags on the outside.
Yep.
Yee. Back to green flag racing.
So I'm just muting my mic. I'm just having a quick vape.
I was wondering what that noise was. I keep hearing click, 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 click. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm hearing it in my head. Or I have voices in my head. One or the other. Dr. Robbie Bobby out there, thanks for tuning in. I really enjoy doing the preset racing as far as broadcasting. We tend to get a lot of viewers, and most of that is because the custom guys are waiting to find out when they're going to be starting, knowing that they have to wait for the preset race to end. So the presets tend to get a little bit more views than the customs. But to those of you guys out there watching this, don't forget to hit that like button. Definitely we appreciate it here at the Giggity Racing League.
Oh, here we go. We're looking at, what's that?
Four, five wide. 5 wide now.
Wow. Oh, it's going to get messy.
They actually held on to that really well.
Well done.
I mean, that was a pucker factor to anybody that needs an explanation on that. I can't give one on air, but yeah, definitely a pucker factor for any of those drivers. Ooh, the 4 pushed down low by the 6 looks like. Just everybody battling for position. I don't see anything intentional. I don't think these are necessarily bad moves that people are making. I think everybody's just trying to set themselves up into a predicament to be able to move forward, and that is a hornet's nest. There's a lot of cars all in one small area.
I'm actually seeing a little bit of lag in my screen. I'm not sure if it's me or some of these guys might actually be lagging a little bit.
Well, when I wasn't listening to you earlier, it's because I was reading comment in the preset Xfinity chat on the PlayStation, and there's a few drivers complaining that there's lag out on the track as well. Paw Bear said, no, Giggity is the hottest league, that's why there's so many views. I appreciate that, and I really, really wish that to be the truest thing. Just not so certain. Ooh, the 07 of Buff Chonka way off pace. Not sure what happened to him. Probably something along the lines of they were 5 wide earlier.
I do like the fact that we do have racing every night. You know, you could have a hard day at work and you just want to kick back and chill out and watch some racing, and then when there's not any real life racing going on, you could just put on some racing, you know, watching Giggity Racing League, because what do we have? We have trucks on Monday, dirt Tuesday, then Cup on Wednesday, Xfinity on Thursday, and then we have our developmental series, which is always great racing. It's actually really good racing with those guys as well.
Yeah, unfortunately we haven't actually broadcasted the Dirt Series the last couple of weeks, but big news, actually. I'm glad you brought that up. The Dirt Series is going to be moving over to a weekend here sooner than later. As now that, in case you guys haven't known, Tony Stewart's All-American racing games out there, as well as Tony Stewart's sprint car game, as well as NASCAR Heat 5 has the Dirt Late models. And we're going to try to bring that to you guys like a typical Saturday night track, maybe during the day on Sunday or during the day on Saturday. But where we're going to run all the heats from all the different series, then run all the B mains from all the different series, then run all the A mains, just like you would see at a local Saturday night track. And so we're going to kind of start making a whole day out of the Dirt Series and bring that to you guys live. We're only probably going to broadcast the actual features, the B and the A mains, but definitely going to be a full day of racing for those dirt drivers.
Never know, maybe in the future we might bring Formula 1 on board.
I am not opposed to it. This league is called the Giggity Racing League. It's not called the Giggity NASCAR Heat 5 League. So anything that's racing, if there's a game out there that the drivers want to bring to the league, I'm all for it. With that said, the more games and the more stuff that we do, obviously that also means there's going to be more help needed. Like Formula One, I don't own the game yet. I don't even own the new Tony Stewart game. So some of that type of stuff, we'll have to have another lobby host and you know, broadcast team, stuff like that. But definitely want to do it. Mario Kart is a racing game, Pro 75. And a lot of our drivers actually, 44 through the grass now, loose off 4. Some of our drivers would actually love throwing banana peels at each other, as it looks like the 44 has hit one, as on your screen you just seen him flipping. And I believe that to bring out our first racing caution of the night.
Yeah, that was down to the 08. He got a little bit loose and sort of cut the nose off of the 44 there, and I think the 44 coming back on the track and killed a lot of drivers. See cars flipping and everything.
That's definitely something that we spoke about with people getting loose. You know that this track is notorious for cars getting loose, and so you really have to pick your poison on when you're going to stick your nose underneath somebody. If you're going to make a move on an exit of a corner, it's really, really difficult. You almost got to time it where you're actually making that move right at the beginning of the straightaway, not the exit of the corner. You got to give them time that if they're going to get loose, they're not going to take your nose off and take you out. So that's just a racing incident, unfortunately. You hate to see it if you're the 44 car, but that does happen here. And we're back to green flag action. Hunty Wild no longer the leader, as I believe that's Asterix in the 68 just took the lead.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, when I said I think that's who it is, I meant that is who it is.
Alright, okay.
Sorry I had to, bud.
No, I know.
Followed by one of them boys, that's Dirty Boy in the 18. That one I actually think, I'm not sure. Try not to scroll through the fields too quick where people are getting their eyes hurt or whatever, but that is Dirty Boy in the 18 car. That I believe he's a Canuck. Him and the 61 sitting second and third. Those are Canucks, followed by the Mopower Motorsports in the 54, and we have the Shin Motorsports in the lead right now with Asterix. Dean Clavitt out there trying to get demoted. Yeah, this racing's been pretty good.
From, Dirt Dog.
I think that he's muted, so we probably won't hear from him for a little while.
No.
Cola Motorsports out there having seizures. That's unfortunate. You being the only person to have seizures does not hurt my feelings too bad. So, if anybody else is having issues, I apologize. I'm like new to this whole broadcasting thing or something. Rookies.
Just can't get the staff.
Facts. We need more broadcasters.
That's very true.
Pretty good battling up here. These preset drivers to this point still not disappointing. We said that it would be some really good racing amongst these guys, and it is. I'm seeing a little bit of complaining in the chats about some rough racing and stuff like that. But this track, even though it's one of the 1.5 miles and it's a very difficult track. Looks like maybe that was the end of the stage.
No, I think somebody put somebody else in the wall.
Whoa, that's a technical foul. Sorry, Night King out there.
In the middle of turn 3 and 4. I might be wrong.
What is the middle of the 3 and 4?
The 3 and 4 in the middle.
Oh, now we're all in trouble. Coco Money Mike is in the YouTube land.
Oh, hello, mate. He did well at Texas.
I wasn't paying attention. I was a little too focused on how far back I was all night, so.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. And Asterix is no longer the leader. His teammate, Dimebags in the 08 looks like he chose not to pit, and he's going to take the lead as they go into turn 1 on this restart. Does anybody out there know if for sure that was the end of the stage, or if that was a caution? Alright, good talking to you guys. In fairness, I actually have to give you guys a couple seconds because you have to type it in where I get to just speak. Hunty Wild looking for the lead. Looks like he got into the left rear of the 08. Maybe not. Dirty Boy definitely got into the left rear of the 54. 54 up and into the 08. Big wreck. If that last caution was a caution and not the end of the stage, I could see they're getting probably down to the end of the stage, so the give and take option is out the window. It's just all take at this point. Keep in mind,
I was gonna say that.
yeah, keep in mind only the top 3 get points. It's not the full top 10, so if you're sitting 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, you got a lot of ground to make up in just a short amount of time, so the giving option is gone. That was the end of the stage. Makes sense as to why they were trying to make that 3-wide move coming off 4 and all that, so can't really blame them there. That's racing, unfortunately. Elite Precision out there. Don't see his name too often in the YouTube land. Up front we have the 18. Excuse me, sorry about that. I believe that to be Meatball Racer in the 99 on the outside. I haven't spoke much of him, but he's a good little pickup for this series. I believe he drives for Energy. I'm not certain on that.
So we're in stage 3 now.
Yes, yeah. If you were watching the YouTube, Puddin said they're at stage 3 now. That's how I know.
Oh, okay.
Aren't you watching Dimebags broadcast? Oh, right, your phone's dying.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with this Ty Hazard 61 car. He's been up front all night. Yeah, he's been up front all night, and he does have a Truck Series win. He raced one custom truck race. He won that race, and then he was moved up to the Xfinity Series, and this is the first time I've really gotten a good look at him. But he's definitely doing a really, really good job. As he sits P3 right now in front of our pole sitter, Hunty Wild, in 4th. Somebody that's not having a good time is the 68 of Asterix, as he's been stuck on the outside since the drop of the green here in stage 3.
Yeah, I was just watching that. I was like, he's just watching him just drive by and losing all those positions, but I reckon he can get him back. Who's going to be your choice of winner for this race?
Whichever one crosses the line first.
I knew that was coming.
No, I mean, honestly, I think that the car I'm expecting to see win, he's led a lot of the laps. As we see the 18 get into the wall, come back down in front of the field, they all held that together pretty good. But right now, via what I've seen in the first 2 stages, the 54 car has led a lot of laps. And at the end of every stage, he's still been there at the front, and he's still sitting P3 now. Expect to see that Twix machine up front, I believe, when the checkered flies. And yourself?
I was going to say the 54.
Well, I'm glad you asked me first then.
Yeah.
You know, like when I take your pick, you're supposed to come up with another one. Not just go mic silent. But okay.
Yeah. Oh, what did you expect? I did tell you. You know,
how about
to the video puzzle.
How about to the viewers out there? Who you guys got winning this race? I figured I'd ask them since obviously you're not going to answer, Robbie.
Well, I would say one of my drivers, but we're trying not to do that here.
Yeah. We mentioned that we both thought that the 54 might be the guy that is the car to watch, and right after we did that, he got stuck on the outside, and he's losing positions like there's no tomorrow. He was able to get to the bottom. This is some pretty good racing back here. Dirty Boy fell back there. WRX Nugs back here now. Some of the top guys that we've seen up front the whole race are now in the back of the pack, and we're going to get to watch them fight their way back up front. Bear said Asterix is who the Bears are cheering for. We just got done saying, Bears, that you're not just supposed to cheer for your teammates only. Cola Motorsports out there still thinking he's going to win this race, even though he's not a part of it. That's unfortunate. Ty Hazard going for the lead now on the 10 car. Going to try to get up there with them. Cola cheering for his own driver. All right, good job, Cola.
Where are we at next week?
We're at another track, Bristol, I believe. I don't know if the Xfinity guys are, but I know that the Cup drivers go to Bristol.
Yeah, I'm taking the night off.
And yes, indeed, the Xfinity Series also goes to Bristol next week. I think the race that I'm most excited for next week actually is going to be the Truck Series more than anybody. They're headed to Kansas, and we're going to see we're going to see a whole different breed of racing, as a lot of the truck drivers, unfortunately, are bottom feeder drivers. I don't mean that in a bad way. They fight really, really hard to get to the bottom, and that's where a lot of the incidents happen. However, going to Kansas, the bottom side of the track is not the fastest way around it, so that'll be an interesting race for sure. And there's not much room to make a mistake if you are on the top side, as you only have just a small groove. And if you go in too hard, you're going to catch the wall and slow yourself and the rest of the field down. Bro75 said Bristol, then Richmond for Cup. That is accurate. And for the Xfinity Series, it's Bristol and then Mid-Ohio. And Money Mike, if you're still tuned in, I believe that to be a drink for you because somebody said Mid-Ohio. The 07 is definitely catching the leaders, Cola. I agree, Buck Trunk is catching the leaders. The 98 in the Kohler Motorsports powered Ford Mustang is just riding. He's not catching or losing ground. Who are you watching right now, Ozzy Robbie?
I've been watching T-Bird for most of the stage, and it's been quite interesting really, because I see him get all the way to 5th, and now he's dropped back to about, I think it's either 10th or 11th, and now he's slowly working his way up again. He's actually having a really good race.
Yeah, you would think that he would change his name. He's driving a Chevy Camaro. His name is T-Bird, and the Thunderbirds haven't been in NASCAR for years now. So you would assume that he would change his name by now, but apparently he still wants to rep those T-Birds.
Yeah. What about you? Who are you watching?
Well, now I'm watching T-Bird. You just told me to watch him, so I'm watching him. I'm really surprised to see this. The 21 of Delgatro, he's usually running up front week in, week out, and since he joined the series, and he just hasn't been able to seem to make any headway. We've seen in stage 1 he had all that damage. The damage has been fixed. His pit crew did a great job. It doesn't look like there was ever any issue with the car, but he hasn't making up any headway at all.
Ooh.
The 9 of Grandmaster Sheffy got really, really loose. Bottles up the group of T-Bird, the 21, the 44. Sorry, that was not the 9, that was the 7. Man, I don't like that paint scheme on that 7 car. We like the Hellman's Mayonnaise paint scheme of the 7 because that one we can tell what it is. This look-alike of the 9 car is just confusing me, clearly. What's really sad about that is I was actually riding along with the 9, and I knew it wasn't him that had got loose. Breaking news, Ma Bear calling out the Soda Pop Motorsports out there in YouTube land, telling him to stop talking and his drivers might do a better job.
Ooh. To see the 21 driving to the back of the 7.
I'm no longer watching the back of the pack, simply because no longer is it a two-car follow the leader for the P1 and P2. The 07 of Buff Chunka has caught these two, so we now have Push to the Brink from Pendle Motorsports, Tive Hazard for the Canucks, and the 07 of Buff Chunka for Shin Motorsports, all battling for P1 here.
Is it still Pendle Motorsports?
Oh, it's No Shift Motorsports. I don't think that Nuka has changed it.
Yeah.
What would I know, though? I'm just like CEO and stuff.
Yeah, you know nothing.
Alright, sorry about that. A few little coughing spells here and there. The 61 new leader, Tive Hazard, gets to the point. Now the 10 have pushed to the brink following him. The 10 is another top car. He tends to have lag issues week in, week out, but I haven't seen any out of that car tonight. And he's running up front. He's definitely doing very well here.
We'll see a incident here at the back. The 44 and the 9 were coming out of turn 4. The 9 got a little bit loose, sort of door slammed the 44, and he took a trip through the grass, but they're all straightened out now and still green.
Man, I didn't even know the 11 car Trey HT3 Harold Tucker III. He's actually sitting P2 in points, but Dirty Boy Jackson are a points leader. Buff Chunka sitting 3rd in points entering tonight's event. So with him running in 3rd and not seeing any of those other drivers up here battling for contention to win, this could be a huge points night for that number 07 of Shin Motorsports for Buff Chunka.
I'm going to be honest, I think, you know, Trey should actually be in customs and not preset, but that's just my opinion.
I'm not going to say that you're wrong, but sitting second in points here in the presets, he's showing us that he knows what he's doing with the presets as well. The driver of the 3 up, the 61, the 10, and the 07. The 10 and the 07 are already locked into the playoffs. The 61, again, being newer to the series as he started in trucks. He really needs to try to improve himself in the points here as the season persists. Continues, I mean, but what would be huge for him is if he could get himself locked in, then he could be outside the cut mark as long as he makes the minimum race requirements, but still make the playoffs. So that 61 getting a victory here at Texas could be huge for that Canuck team.
The number 7 of Mike sitting on pit road, seems he's got engine failure.
Well, they should have to make a green flag pit stop here. So I mean, I'm not on there. Is this car moving at all?
Nope. T-Bird's the same as well.
T-Bird motor problems there in the KMS car?
Yep. I must really suck as well, because like you've done so many laps here, and then when you're coming towards the end of the race and you lag out, it's absolutely horrible.
Yeah, and to any of the viewers out there, any of the drivers out there, any of that stuff, we do this absolutely every single night. Complaining that the lobby is the reason that you're lagging out, let's be honest, it's usually the exact same drivers that have the lagging issue or the lagging out issue. Every single night of the week, we spoke about this, we broadcast 5 nights a week. We keep the lobby set up the exact same amount of time for all series, and not all series have the issues, just the few drivers. So maybe before complaining, check your own internet and own an internet connection. Back to the racing. Good racing up here between the 61, the 10, and the 07 still. 10 looking like he's going to just try to follow, but now back here in 4th and 5th, the 54 has gotten around the 98, and it looks like those two are going to try to hook up and hope that these top 3 start battling so they can make their way back to the front.
Meatball and the 08 of Dimebags having a nice bit of a side by side and door on door racing here. As I say that, they just singled out. we have pit stops? Ooh, as I say that, I think that was a number 18. He just collected the ball there before he went into pit road. Sucks to be you right now. Number 9 taking a trip into the centre green.
Looks like the 10 might be coming to pit road this time, as it looks like he went down on the back stretch there to signify the universal pit road, as he definitely is coming down pit road now. The 61's already pit, 54 coming to pit road now, so our leader is the 07 of Buff Chanka. 21 coming to pit road, real slow. He's going to lose a lot of time there.
Chanka coming to pit road now.
61 back out on the track. He's short pit the rest of the field, so I'm going to watch. I would assume the 61 will become the leader, as he was the first of the leaders to pit. Looks like the 98 made up a good bit of ground. Maybe not.
07's on pit road now.
Just past the 10. Yeah, definitely I think Ty Hazard is going to be the leader. I don't know how many laps are left. Let me see if I can get onto Dimebag's broadcast here. See if I can see how many laps left. Oh, I forgot he's an in-car driver. .24 laps remaining, so that might be pushing the issue of an extra stop, actually.
I think you get 27 laps of fuel, but obviously you don't get the full 27, so 26. But it's going to be about that right front tyre, unless they've loosened it up just the right amount. If they've done it too much, then it's going to be about the right rear tyre.
Trying to get to the 98 and the 10. So the 98 of Captain Jack did indeed make up a lot of ground on pit road, as he's now sitting in third. The car I'm not seeing is the 07 of Buff Chanka. Possibly, did he get a pit road speeding penalty, or is that him back here? Never mind, he's back here behind the 9 of Grandmaster Sheffy. So that's the amount of time that he lost to the 61 by staying up 2 laps longer. We still have 17 viewers in YouTube land, but it went awfully quiet out there. Scrolling through the field a little bit. Looks like a 3-car battle here between Captain Jack, the 07 of Chanka, and the 9 of Sheffy. This is your battle for third.
Is it this series that's sponsored, or is it the
next one?
only?
The next one, customs only. Monster Racing out there tuning in. Yeehaw! Puddin said 21 laps to go. Thank you for that information, Puddin.
It was good to see Puddin back in the booth yesterday.
I mean, I didn't see him up there, but I did hear him.
Shut up.
Oh. Whoops. In fairness, actually, I did see him yesterday. Unfortunately, he posted a picture of himself on Facebook, and from about level with his ears to the top of his head and forward is completely bald, and from that same spot backwards is looks like a mop head put on the back of his head. I don't know if that's like an inverted or a excess of a mullet, or a part business in the front, party in the back, or balding but still wanting to have long hair. Either way, it was really good to hear Puddin back in the booth.
Yeah, I did want to ask him, you know, I was like, did the barber slip when he had the clippers on or something, or what? But I sort of kept it to myself, didn't say too much.
Paw Bear, I have no idea what spot the 68 is in. I know he's on the track. See, as we're riding along with him here now, Coco said it's a Joe Exotic wannabe hairstyle. That might actually be the best one I've heard so far, Coco. Now that you're thinking about it, as long as he would grow that stash out, the exotic stash, we could call Puddin' the Tiger King. And we'll back up here to this battle. Buff Chonka now up into third. So he did pit later, lost a lot of ground, but luckily for him, the positive about pitting later is that means as other people's tires start getting wore out, you're going to have the freshest. So he's been able to make his way around the 9 and the 98. He's now in third in that Shin Motorsports number 07, and looks like he's gaining ground quickly on that number 10.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job all season. I've not really heard too much out of him. You know, he just turns up, does his race, and then sort of shoots off, but he puts in some practice time. Obviously the custom guys, they do a lot more, especially with Bears. They do a hell of a lot of practicing and running with Dr. Robbie, and it's also nice to see some guys from other teams like Naaman Taken. He'll jump in and run with my guys, and then we have like Artie as well, he'll jump in.
So Cola, if you're still out there, Naaman Taken is giving away your setups to the Shin team. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh, Dirty Boy's got some considerable damage on that front of the 18. I don't know if that's live or if the game, you know, when you repair it, it doesn't always show it on the game. But not a surprise. Dirty Boy and Young Boy running nose to tail. Them boys are always running together on the track here in this Xfinity series. Our leader still continues to be that 61 of Ty Hazard. I can't speak enough about how good of a job this kid is doing. I don't know if this is his first race. This may be his second, third race. I don't know. I haven't been in the booth here for a couple weeks, but what he's showing me tonight has been very, very impressive in this 61 car. He's doing an amazing job. Apparently the 08 has a little bit of lag. Riding along with Dimebags right now. I don't seem to see it, but of course there also isn't any cars around him. That's usually when the lag starts kicking up, is when there's other cars around people. Trey and Delgado back here in the 11 and 21 having themselves a little battle. I don't see any other cars in front of or behind them. The 11 just had really bad lag. Caught the apron, went to the wall, spun out. I think the 21 hit him, but again, I believe that to have been because of lag issues on the 11, as the 44 of Vapor Trails goes around him now. A lot of damage on that 11 car. Battle for second heating up as Buff Chunkin out of the inside of push to the brink. As they enter turns 1 and 2, they both drift up just a hair. It looks like the 07 is going to clear him, and it also looks like that 07 is making up a lot of ground right now on that 61 car.
Good boy.
And this clearly makes Robbie happy.
Yeah.
Push to the brink, now dropping back down below. The 07 trying to get a run. The 07 gets loose off 4. Here comes 10. These guys are battling hard now for second place. I just don't think the 10's going to have the tires to be able to keep up with the 07 at this point. But there's only 1 lap difference between them. Leaders are either just took 10 to go or getting ready to take 10 to go. I don't know. There's that little delay, so I don't know what Puddin is trying to tell us. Puddin, if you got a copy on this, now would be the time for you to get ready to start setting up the custom lobby as well. I wish I wasn't in so many chats. My phone doesn't ever stop going off.
When's our next league versus league?
I'm in no rush to do another one of those. We haven't been challenged for a hot minute, so I don't have an answer for you. You know, with under 10 to go, Chanka's still making up ground on the 61, but I don't think he's going to have enough time to get to him, barring the 61 making a mistake. But I really just have not seen hardly any mistakes out of that 61 machine tonight. So he's looking, you know, barring a caution, but with how spread out they are, I don't see that happening either. So I'm changing my pick now from the 54 to the 61.
You can't do that. It's not allowed.
You can't come up with rules right now.
Yeah, I can.
There's less than 10 to go. You can't come up with new rules now.
Yeah, I can.
Also,
No, I just did.
all right, fine. I'm the broadcaster. I'm going to say right now the 54 is winning then. If you get to change rules, I get to do whatever I want too.
No, you don't.
More rules. Great. Still a pretty good battle. I don't know. I'm interested if the 10 is maybe saving what he's got, what the last little bit of tires he does have. Maybe trying to hope to be able to make a run on the 07 here in the last couple laps. But this should be down to about 5 or 6 laps. Also, math is not my thing.
I think when it gets to about 2 to go, that'll be when the 10 makes his move.
Well, how many laps are left?
No idea.
You're not much help, thank you.
Yeah, I know.
There's really not a lot of action going on the track either. Most of the cars are pretty single filed out. We'll try to scroll through one more time. Vip Trails
Good
by himself.
opportunity to talk about the team points and the points, I suppose.
I don't want to talk about that. My team is not winning.
I don't care. Just do it. Who's told?
One team's winning. Another team's not winning. Hello. Actually, in the team owner points, I believe it goes Cola, Noco, Shin, KMS right now, top 4. And that was that subject. Cool. Next.
Preset points. What have we got?
I already went over it.
Alright, custom points. What have we got?
There's one car in first, one car in second. Come on.
Second.
We just went over this.
Car in third. Yeah.
There's no reason to talk about the custom points yet. We're still watching the preset race. Trey smashed along in front of second and third. Ooh, good job by the 07 to the 10, avoiding it. The 10 to the inside of the 07. He's trying to make a move. We might be within that 2 laps to go that you were talking about. Looks like the 10 got a little too loose, though. Unable to hold it. And the 07 with the run on the outside lane.
Are we going to see a bump and run?
This is going to sound really messed up, but thank you, Trey. We were running out of excitement, and then you gave us some here at the end of the race. So thank you for that, number 11. And the excitement is over. Luckily for Ty of Hazard, that 11 car spinning like that did not bring out a caution.
Yeah. Definitely had the pucker factor for those guys in the 07 and the 10.
It's funny when you say pucker.
Pucker.
Oh,
Pucker,
10
pucker,
in the
pucker.
grass. Don't say that no more. We might have to delete the broadcast.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, it doesn't come out right when you say it. So the race is not over, but the 10 has been pushing the issue too hard and has lost a lot of ground to that 07. Shockingly enough, when the 10 and the 07 were drafting nose to tail, they actually did not catch the 61. The 61 took off further. So as the 07 used all of his equipment earlier in the run, apparently he used all of it and had nothing left to try and go trace down that 61 car. Was that the race? 61 is our winner.
Congratulations! No, he did a great job. Awesome job. Alright, let's get him into the booth. What are we doing? Just the winner or top 3?
Just the winner, as we have another race here later.
I'm not sure if I've got one.
You probably don't, but if you search Ty of Hazard, his name will probably pop up.
I don't know how to spell it.
It's literally on the broadcast right now. Ty of Hazard.
How do you spell of?
Why am I not surprised you just asked me how to spell of? Shocker.
Is it UV?
No, American of, not British of. Ma Bear said, congratulations to the winners. There was only one winner. Ty, I need you to turn down the broadcast in the background.
No, I don't have it on. My mic's been echoing a little bit. Turn the mic down a little bit. Try now.
So you're an echo guy. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it's...
do you have your voice on always loud?
I believe I do. Let me make sure.
Fastest lap of the race went to Hunty Wild, my pick for the win. And then the 61 car just had to show up and take away my pick. So thank you for that. But don't worry, I did change and pick you after.
Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
So was your voice on always loud?
Yeah.
All right, so you got to win in the Truck Series. Your captain moved you up. Thought that you deserve a spot in the Xfinity Series. You're chasing in points, but as long as you can meet the minimum race requirements with this victory tonight, you've now locked yourself in the playoff. Congratulations, first off, and how does it feel?
I mean, it's a relief. Going into that race, I almost was unsure if I was going to race because I have a headache. I have a really bad headache right now. It's a little worse when my heart pounding like it is, but I thought I was going to have to chase points all through the rest of the season up until the playoffs, but it's definitely a relief. I can kind of take a breather now and not have to worry about a bad result, whether it be my fault or just an incident, but whew.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely might think about taking some leave. By the sounds of it, you're pretty excited, so that headache's not going to get any better. Robbie, over to you.
Mate, you did a great job tonight. Just solid performance through all the stages, and I look forward to seeing what you got for the rest of the season, without a doubt. When it come to the 11 there, I think it was the 11 of Trey, HT3, when he spun out, I mean, what was going through your mind then?
I mean, I had Deadpool. He's one of the Cup guys, and he was my crew chief in that race. And literally, I saw it happen, and my heart broke for a second. And then he said nobody hit him, and the caution come out. So I was like, okay. I was like, two more laps, just get the white, and then we were good. I was so scared, and I was really worried because I knew short run that the 10 and the 07 were going to be hauling, and then that long run there got away, and I literally I thought that it was over right there. But
I'll tell you what, mate, you did a great job, and
I
can't wait to see what you will do eventually in the Cup Series. I don't know if it'll be this season or next season, but I'm definitely going to be watching you for the rest of the season, without doubt.
Yeah, so it looked to me like the key to victory for you was actually the pitting 2 laps earlier than the 07 car. Was that a strategy that you and this Deadpool, never heard of her, that you guys decided? Did you think that pitting early was going to be the key to victory, or is that just that was in your ballpark, so that was the lap you guys had already decided on pitting?
I mean, I had a feeling that I was going to need to pit a little earlier than them to try to get a jump. I wasn't initially going to go that early. I still had a few more laps in the tank, and then I looked at it, and I knew that the pit window was going to be 28 laps, so I thought as long as I can make it to 27 to go, I should be perfectly fine. So as soon as I hit 27, I figured I'd pit, and I was expecting one of them to follow me, like if they saw that, but they didn't. That was a Hail Mary, but it was Deadpool's suggestion, so...
Yeah, it definitely worked out well.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, guys. Well, on that note, congratulations again to yourself as well as the other top 3, Push to the Brink and UB Chanka. Congratulations to all 3 of you. Stay tuned to all the viewers out there. We do have the custom race getting ready to go, as that will also be here at Texas Motor Speedway. Probably a little bit looser of cars, as again it will be custom setups, and they have a little bit more power. But from everyone here at Giggity, congratulations to Ty Hazard on his first Xfinity Series win, and we'll see you all shortly.